So the final side, I'm going to show you the double running stitch. Now this stitch is both decorative and very functional. If you are making a tote bag out of fleece and are stitching that bag, then a double running stitch is often recommended because it will close up any gaps. So if you were to store something small in your bag, you could use this double running stitch to make sure that nothing falls out. So we're going to start by performing the simple running stitch. I'm going to start in the corner hole, going top down right next to my other fleece ribbons that were already there, and I'm going to leave about a 3-inch tail, and then I'm going to come up from the bottom, up from the back to the top. So I'm just going to do the simple up and down running stitch. And I've come all the way to the other side. Now this creates our simple running stitch, and there are some little gaps in between. So we're going to fill those gaps by reversing direction. Where you see your first stitch or feel your first stitch, you're going to lift that up a little bit in the corner, and you're going to take your plastic needle and ribbon, and you're going to go from the back, going from the back to the top with your needle and fleece ribbon right next to the second hole where your stitch is, and you're going to come right back up beside it. And then you're going to feel for your next set of stitches on the front, your next stitch, lift it up a little bit and put your plastic needle top down through the second hole where your second stitch begins. Then on the back, feel your stitch again, lift it from the back. You can lift it up a little bit, take your plastic needle and go bottom up right next to that stitch at the beginning of that stitch and pull it through. So we're just going down, up, and going right beside the stitches that are already there. And if you feel behind where you've already done your stitching, you'll feel that it makes this nice contiguous line of stitching. And I came to the end and we are done. And this contiguous line of stitching will be both on the front and the back of your project. So that was it for 4 new advanced techniques for our stitching with our simple projects. So it gives you another level of complexity that you can add to this simple product line. Just as I mentioned, there are some other things we're adding to our simple line in addition to this stitching, which is our tactile embellishments. So here's an example of that. We are providing options for tactile appliques to be added to the front of your fleece projects. These tactile appliques will make a nice 3D type of tactile embellishment for your pillows, your blankets, your bags, whatever fleece project you want to add this to. And it is simply using some fleece applique fabric pieces. Here we have 2 girls that are made up of fleece circles, a couple of fleece eyes, some triangles made out of fleece for the dresses, and some 3D components with a flower in the hair and braided hair that is actually braided using our fleece strips. These appliques can simply be applied using our double-sided fabric tape. These are permanently adhered to the surface of your fleece project. We will also have other types of appliques, from cats and dogs and other animals, and even seasonal embellishments. We hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. We will be providing more instructions, more detailed instructions on how to complete this particular embellishment in our next segment. Please stay tuned.